Maido, hi there Japan fans. In today's show we're going to talk about predictability. Present, master shimashou. This is the 5th year of the Presentation Japan Series podcast. We are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery. My new book, in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is now available on Amazon. Become a better speaker who is clear, confident, persuasive, and highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 284 of the Presentations Japan series, and today we are talking about don't be predictable and boring when presenting. I was recently asked to be interviewed by a university senior for a project he was working on in communication in business. I don't know if I was a good choice. After I left high school, I was working for an insurance company during the day and dropped out of a night course on communication at the Queensland University of Technology. The communication study idea sounded great, but what I found was the course was very theoretical and not what I was expecting. Subsequently, I've become a disciple of content marketing, which basically means you see your company as a publishing firm in addition to your main thrust of your business. We push out copious quantities of information on specialty topics for free to signal to potential buyers that we are experts in these areas. In that sense, I agreed to the interview because I've released 4 books, 1,480 podcasts, and I've written thousands of blogs, so I thought maybe I qualify. In the course of our interview, he mentioned that he was going to give the commencement speech at the graduation ceremony later this year. We've all seen these types of affairs. The student selected to give the talk begins by thanking the university, the dean, the faculty, the worthy professors and teaching staff, and congratulates all of the fellow graduates. Boring and predictable. As we know, the opening of our talk has to be a gripper. It has to keep the audience away from their mobile phones and instead transfixed on us. Anything which smacks of cliche, predictability, platitudes, or bromides will dissipate the attention on us. I would like to thank the university is a death knell of an opening, so let's avoid that one. In business, the same thing. I'd like to thank the Chamber of Commerce is another dud opening. This senior had been at that institution for 4 years, so he was brimming with experiences, memories, events accumulated during that time. We have been in our companies for many years, working away on our industries, so we've accumulated tons of stories. Our stories are a good place to start. We need to look at who is in our audience and divine an occurrence which will be relatable for the listeners, something topical, pertinent, and uplifting. Should be uplifting. We don't want some downer memory being trotted out on such a festive occasion. There should be a series of stories in this talk. The first one has to be short, though. We're going to get to all the usual words of appreciation to everyone, but before that, we can grab attention with a quick story. If we had some defining moment at the university, something which is profound and which shows the institution, the professors, or the students in a shining light, that would be a good choice. If it is a business talk, then we can look for something about this association or the host's organization we can say nice things about. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is being sponsored by, on the 19th of April, we're doing our course previews. On the 21st and 22nd of April, we're doing high-impact presentations. On the 23rd of April, we're doing our professional ongoing education series for graduates. 13th of May, we'll be doing more course previews. Check out our website at www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Lots and lots of value for you there. Now, to do better in Japan, email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, there are over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which is the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. After we deliver this little episode, we get to the ordained appreciation piece, and then we should look for other stories we can tell in the time remaining to make a point about the experience we've collectively had. In a 5-minute commencement speech, there will be time for maybe one more story, but in a 40-minute business talk, there is plenty of scope. Anytime we have data we wish to impart, then carefully bundling that up inside a story is bound to get it remembered, rather than just trying to deliver information by itself. Stories work better when they have some key elements included in the retelling. Placing people the audience knows in the story is very powerful. It could be a contemporary figure or a historical figure, it doesn't matter, because we can easily see them in our mind's eye, and that is what we want. We need to include the season, the location, and the timing. Again, we are laying breadcrumbs for our audience to get them to the same visual image and join us inside our story. For example, 2 years ago, prior to COVID, on a muggy Tokyo summer day, I made my way to the gorgeous wood panel boardroom of our client in Otemachi to meet Mr. Tanaka, the new president. We know how muggy Tokyo is in the summer. We remember life before COVID. We know there are lots of expensive high-rise buildings in Otemachi. We can see the luxurious boardroom scene. And maybe We even know this President Tanaka through the media or through industry contacts. We are in that room. When we engage our audience to that extent, then we are able to get our key messages across more easily. Let's avoid being predictable and instead seek out openings and stories which will keep our audience riveted to us and what we are saying. Thank you for joining the Presentations Japan series. If you got value from today's show, spread the love around and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you have learned today, use it, and go out there and become a presentations legend. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.